The Earth's growing population demands more clothing every day. We are here. At the same time, the resources for producing clothes are getting scarce. Team Ioncell is here to tell us about how Finnish forests and textile waste are turned into fashionable clothes. Please welcome Herbert Sixta.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to present the Ioncell process and especially its latest innovations. Just to recall, the Ioncell process converts cellulose from sustainable biomass into high-quality textile fibers in a closed-loop operation. Ioncell fibers are an environmentally friendly alternative to cotton fibers. As you are aware, the cultivation of cotton crops is highly polluting. Among others, cotton accounts for 16% of the global insecticide releases, of which some of the chemicals are really very, very toxic. Our first goal was to adopt the Ioncell process to completely recycle cotton waste. And indeed, a knitted top was successfully produced entirely from cotton waste, and it was presented recently on this year's H&M Global Change Award ceremony in Stockholm. The recycling of pure cotton waste to new fibers is comparatively straightforward. However, a big share of cotton is actually blended with synthetic fibers, primarily with polyester fibers. In 2008, more than 12 million tons of these blends, cotton polyester in various combinations and shares, were produced. Why is that so? The addition of polyester improves certain performance properties, such as wicking or fast-drying properties, and makes the fabric more crease and more sweat resistant. The production and the use of polyester, which is a non-renewable resource, generates huge amounts of greenhouse gases. A recent MIT study showed that 5.5 kilograms CO2 are generated, emitted over the lifetime of one polyester t-shirt of only 200 grams. It has been estimated that more than 700 million tons of CO2 can be attributed just for the production of textiles generated from polyester. This is a major pollutant, and therefore we have to work to replace it. So actually the question arises, is there any possibility to recycle polyester or even to recycle polyester cotton blends in one shot? By attempting to find an appropriate answer to this complex question, we were surprisingly successful. Just by certain modifications of process conditions, we could selectively dissolve the cellulose fraction only and spin it to high-quality cellulose fibers, while the polyester residue was pure enough to be melt-spun together with fresh polyester to new fibers, thus avoiding landfilling and polluting the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, the development of a novel textile fiber process is highly complex and demanding. We are currently in the final and critical phase of the technical development, and if successful within the next 2 to 3 years, we would be ready with the beginning of the installation of a pilot plant in the end of this decade. And again, if we are successful in the pilot phase and if we envision basically the economical feasibility, then the first steps towards commercialization can be done in the mid of the 2020s. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to my end. And I can assure you that our team is extremely motivated, extremely confident that we will bring this project to a positive and successful end. However, we need your support, your great support, and therefore I kindly ask you on behalf of my team to vote for the Team Ioncell number 9. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Herbert. If you want to vote for this team, it's with the number 9. Could Anneli say a few words on the pitch?
Thank you. You do have a very, very important goal in your work. You are going to develop a totally recyclable and renewable system for textile waste, and actually also a pure new textile fiber from cellulose. So if you manage to solve the problem, which I do believe that you will find a solution of a truly global problem. And this will have enormous consequences for many people and many industries in this world. You have done a lot of scientific research already together, so you have a strong science background, but you still have one very hard scientific challenge to solve, namely the solvent recovery. But I think that you are in a good way, and I believe that this will happen in the near future with your enthusiasm. So you have a good potential to produce fibers from wood in a sustainable way and also recycle used textile waste in an industrial scale. You have a roadmap made for that. It's very, very important that you have had for a long time industry involved in this project, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to do this, and also that you have a major designer actively involved in the work. So this will ensure that and guarantee that there will be a high quality product, also agreeable to the consumers, because without their acceptance you wouldn't be able to do what you really want to achieve. So thank you very much, and all the best in your important work.